Like if you go out to eat all the time, you're going to have a higher risk of coming into contact with some sort of pathogen. That's just the nature of how these things work. So you at home know who is preparing your food, and you know if you're ill or not, and they're your germs and you're consuming it. In any circumstances, home prepared food is typically less risky, but I wouldn't say avoid eating to-go food. It's just right now, if you're getting food to go, you're going to be interacting with someone else. How close do you really stand to a delivery person when they're handing over your food? Basic hygiene practices still apply, so you would want to wash your hands if you did have contact, and you distance yourself as safe as you think you should be. Even if you did wipe the outside of whatever container or bag it was delivered in, you need to wash your hands. So washing your hands is really the best and most effective thing you can do. And whether a sanitizer would actually work on some of those containers, I think is a big, unknown right now anyways. Most viruses can survive on various surfaces for a different amount of time, depending on the ambient conditions. So it could be the relative humidity, the temperature of that particular environment. So right now, from what I've read about this particular coronavirus, is that it can survive on, cardboard for up to 24 hours. It can survive on some stainless steel and plastic surfaces for, 1 to 3 days. Similar with everything else, minimize touching your face. This is best practices all the time. The effectiveness of Lysol wipes on some of these delivery package materials is, I don't know if it's been studied or known. And so you imagine wiping something wet onto cardboard, and it's there's different types of surfaces, right? There's porous surfaces. So cardboard I would consider a porous surface, right? It'll absorb liquid, where you have a hard countertop, which is not going to absorb it. And so that is more easily disinfected. And so my opinion would be, if that makes you feel good to wipe it off with a Lysol wipe or a disinfectant wipe, more power to you. I think the biggest point is to wash your hands after you finish handling that package. There's no indication that ingestion of food that may have coronavirus on it is a route of infection. So with that said, in general, viruses are susceptible to heat. It depends on the type of virus. So a coronavirus, which is a respiratory virus, is probably going to be inactivated or killed with food that is hotter than food that is colder.